Hey everyone! Well, the second season of Hazbin Hotel has finally come to an end. And today, I'm here to discuss the finale and what exactly happened with VOX. Let's get into it. First off, it's become clear from Vivziepop's statements that sinners cannot leave the Pride ring. To really grasp this, we need to look at VOX because his actions, and Pentius's for that matter, perfectly illustrate this limitation. VOX is a master manipulator. From the very beginning of the season, he declared, "I was the leader of a large cult." Well, more accurately, he spoke of a very influential group where he was close to becoming a god. In the new episodes, we were shown many scenes from his past. I could have imagined a lot of things, but VOX as a weatherman? I mean, it's obvious he manipulated people through television, but like this? Okay, that was just the start of his career. He also had heterochromia. His right eye was green and his left was blue. He seemed like a regular guy, but deep down he craved more. The news was far more interesting than his short weather segments. So he killed his colleague, the news anchor, the one who was essentially more successful than him. And yes, he took his place on the news, not Katie Killjoy. Vivziepop once said she sleeps with a lot of guys, and here this woman was hitting on her colleague and cried when he died. But no, according to old info, she died in 1992, and this was the 50s, so it's probably not her. But being a showman and hosting your own show was even cooler, so VOX eliminated him too. That's how he became even more influential. Producers, viewers, what more could you need? But the show must go on. Even that wasn't enough for him. He became a producer for other TV shows and eliminated his competitors by staging their deaths live on air. He broke the shark tank of a guy who hosted a show about fish. He cut the gas hose of a woman who hosted a cooking show. He unscrewed the bolts on a game show wheel, and the host, Vincent Whitman, was crushed to death. As I've mentioned before, Vincent comes from the word to conquer, and Whitman means bright man, a fitting name for VOX, the Bright Conqueror. He lived on the East Coast of America, judging by the East Coast Herald newspaper, where people called him a god and wrote that the TV celebrity is conquering the world of entertainment. He took this newspaper to the owner of the network, Robert Sinclair, and told him to give him the channel because his ratings were soaring. You're not going to let a celebrity like this slip away, are you? There's a TV network in the US called the Sinclair Broadcast Group, which happened to broadcast where VOX lived. True, it was founded in '71 and VOX died in the '50s, but that's not important. He also offered him color television, sponsorship from a cola company, which contained cocaine back then, 24-hour news, and tons of TV ads. VOX saw all the future trends way ahead of time. Of course, he killed Bob. It was clear he didn't fully agree with him anyway. VOX will do anything to be the most important, the first, the strongest. See the resemblance to the VOX we know in Hell? He took over all television broadcasting on the East Coast, just like he did in Hell. The moment Alastor disappeared, he immediately took control of all media. Exactly the same. But becoming a god for 5 minutes, yes, he actually asks people to cross themselves for him, the new god of television. His fame went straight to his head, and he died just as quickly. A TV fell on his head. Did he and Alastor make a pact to die stupidly or something? One was shot, mistaken for a deer. The other was crushed by a TV. So, his appearance in Hell is no surprise. And everyone gave him their trust too. He constantly told everyone that. The lightning bolts also make sense since he started as a weatherman, and when Bob was dying, VOX impaled him with his cane and he was struck by lightning. And he hasn't changed, just as selfish, arrogant, and willing to do anything to be on top. In the end, he didn't even care about Hell, or the war with heaven, as long as he could wipe the smirk off Alastor's face. That's how badly he needs to be number one. And honestly, it's hilarious how he planned to rule heaven. He craved it, he thought he could reach it. Look, we're on top ruling with the Vees. I've become a god of two worlds. And he wanted to bring Velvet and Valentino with him. He'd get some girls there and she'd trim some wings and sew a dress. In the third episode, he asked Charlie, "Is it possible to redeem me?" Obviously, he was just trying to get under her skin. Here I am, the villain. I exposed Angel's sin. I cut the brakes. Think you can send me upstairs? But he's not used to acting alone. He needs support. Whether it's overlords, Hell's residents, or really anyone, as long as they're powerful and follow him. In an interview with Collider, Vivziepop said that VOX is actually more timid and shy, just like in the flashback scene with Alastor, where we see the real him. So it's all a mask. Inside, VOX is a shy, timid person, and on the outside, he's the ruler of the world. This means he was like that in life too. It's interesting how these two personalities coexist within him. Of course, it's harder in Hell. There are powerful demons here. On Earth, he just eliminated his competition, and that was it. Here, you have to fight for the title of the strongest. Many overlords even sided with him, including Carmilla, who made weapons for him. Yes, she betrays him in the end, but that's beside the point. The The situation with Carmilla just further reveals his manipulation skills. He knew about Lucifer's weakness, that he can't touch sinners. He orchestrated everything perfectly, gathered an army of followers, and even scared Sarah, Emily, and the others. Spreading his television wings, parodying Sarah, kidnapping Angel and Alastor, he was all-powerful. But why did he, with all his dreams of heavenly dominion, come crashing down so fast? I thought about this for a long time after the finale. Why don't the rulers of heaven just bring Penchas down to hell and show everyone that redemption is possible? Why all the theatrics with devices and phone calls? But don't forget, hell is hell and heaven is heaven. There are rules. Penchas simply couldn't descend into hell to show everyone that he was redeemed. He is physically incapable of doing it. A righteous soul cannot enter hell. He is no longer a sinner. He has no sin, and only sinful souls reside there. And yes, they can't get into heaven without atoning for their sins. That's why VOX could only broadcast himself onto their screens. That's why he shoots at them with his cannon. He was physically incapable of ascending there. By the way, how could VOX even talk to heaven? Well, he was a popular TV personality. He knew it was possible to intercept the heavenly signal. That's why Baxter says that heavenly channels have been broadcasting in hell for a long time, and even some from Earth. He even hacked Earth's channels, for crying out loud. So hacking into heavens was a piece of cake. But I digress.
Think about Lucifer. He can't touch sinners because he's supposed to rot in hell with them. The ones you created are the ones you rot with. It's actually a fitting limitation. Hell was created for Lucifer to suffer, and he does. He's sad, he makes ducks, he watches shows, he's helpless and must spend eternity with beings he can't even stand. Hell is fulfilling its purpose perfectly. The second season wants to tell us this. Lucifer can't touch sinners because he has to see those he created every day. Sinners can't descend to the lower circles of hell, and they can't enter heaven because they, like Lucifer, must suffer together in one place for their earthly sins. Remember who entered heaven? Charlie, a half angel, half demon, and Vaggie, an angel, albeit one who lost her wings. Not a single sinner has stepped through the gates of heaven. VOX dreamed of ruling two worlds, heaven and hell, but he couldn't even get close. Sure, he broke down the gates and scared everyone, but that's it. Alastor infuriated him so much that he even cried. He wanted to conquer heaven, and then the radio demon broke him over a foolish wish made it a deal. Don't touch Charlie. Turns out, all he had to do was not lay a hand on her. Alastor even says VOX is a handsy type, and he knew it because he hated that about him. And if you look, VOX really does have a habit of doing that. So to Alastor, he was an open book. Such a naive fool. But he wanted to beat Alastor so badly that he did get his moment of triumph. And in the end, Valentino rips off his TV head because he and Velvet were done putting up with them. He just walks all over them and doesn't care. They even helped Charlie create the shield that contained the blast from VOX's weapon. Of course, Valentino becomes the new head of VOX Tech after VOX, and it will probably even be renamed. It's unclear what will happen to VOX himself, since he basically learned nothing. As soon as it was over, he said he got carried away and couldn't wait to check his ratings. I think they're at rock bottom now, VOX. If you're worried he's gone for good, don't be. Christian Borle, his voice actor, has already recorded lines for Season 3 and Season 4. And Vivziepop herself said that VOX will remain an important character until the very end of the show. Season 3 will explore how he copes with no longer being on top. So that's VOX, a manipulator, a villain, but in reality, a shy, timid, and foolish idiot who falls for all of Alastor's provocations just to feel superior. But in his moments of euphoria, he stops thinking and acts recklessly. So what did you think of VOX? Did you like him? Be sure to write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. I'll be releasing another video on the finale soon.